And in another sign of trouble for some cigarette makers, a battle is heating up in Europe over tobacco packaging. Both the parliaments of Britain and Ireland are planning new laws to impose plain packaging for cigarettes. In response, the makers of Marlboro cigarettes are threatening a $20 billion lawsuit. Richard Bestick reports.
Public health is the driving force for the governments of Britain and Ireland. Planned legislation in the two countries to follow the Australian model, imposing plain cigarette packaging and graphic health warnings. For Philip Morris International, the makers of Marlboro cigarettes and the world's biggest tobacco company, that amounts to the destruction of a brand. Marketing leaders say, in legal terms at least, they have a point.
They do have a point. Every brand is very concerned about the way that you can communicate with your consumer. Through the packaging is one of the main ways. So it's very important as a communication tool to be able to have the packaging serve your purposes as much as all the other tools in the kit bag.
The British and Irish governments argue public interest. A UK government-ordered review concluded plain packaging could reduce the numbers of young people who start smoking. But Philip Morris maintains it'll protect its intellectual property rights. The $20 billion lawsuit.
When you take away the opportunity to promote your packaging, which is part of your intellectual property because that's a domain, that box, the logo is all IP. You are then any brand to communicate with their consumer.
The business fear among the tobacco companies is that if the health arguments can be made to stick here in the British Parliament and in the Irish Dáil, then there's no reason why they can't be extended across the European Union's 500 million consumers, and then perhaps the United States. And what about China and the rest of Asia? It could be the death knell for the cigarette as a means of delivery. Richard Bestick, CCTV, London.